that a healthy clap?
Pretty good clap.
Should I
Give
do
it a little
again?
more. Yeah, do a little more.
Oh, geez, I'm not. Can you? Thank you, Jesus
I'm a clapping
Christ.
machine.
Hi, everybody.
What a treat. Hi.
Are you raspy today?
I'm raspy all the time. I do so much yelling.
Right.
Is that in the morning, I kind of sound like I'm on my way to becoming Tom Waits.
Right.
It's gotten better. Yeah, I have a regimen that I do every night before I go do shows to get my throat right. And I've cut out cigars and all that. And I haven't even gone out like I used to. And it still can happen. So
wow.
there it is.
Were you when you were young? Did you have like an old man voice? Like when was the transition? Just puberty went straight to like rasp?
No idea. I think it's just recently.
Recently.
It just started
okay.
going this way.
Okay.
All the yelling, and then during the pandemic, I was like, well, the world's ending. We're at a beach because I was going to the shore for some stuff. And Souljo, who's this producer who I was like basically living with and doing shows, his stepdad got us into cigars, and I'm like popping them 2-3 times a week.
Jesus Christ.
Because you're like, the world's ending. Who cares at this point? You got to have something fun to do.
Right.
I'm doing shows next to choo-choo trains and shit. And so I started smoking cigars, and then you have to yell more because you're in parks.
Well, you're literally
and outdoor.
but you're also like scorching your trachea.
It's done.
Yeah. Well, my dad, I love the double standard with cigars and pipes where you don't inhale. Like my dad, quintuple bypass, he promised he would never smoke again. He smokes cigars like a fucking, he's like, no, you don't inhale. I'm like, there's got to be something, otherwise you wouldn't be doing it.
It still did something. But yes, I was like, well, look, man, I'm not inhaling.
Yeah, it's not inhaling and not swallowing. It's like the same world, right?
I think one cigar's worse because occasionally I'd have a cigarette and I could never inhale, but now I can, which is crazy. And I'm fine. But I had one in London. Was a treat. I felt so dope. In London, I was in one of the big, what is it, Kensington Square? Where the punk rock
Leicester
started?
Square? I'm just throwing squares.
It's like, what I'm like, yeah, dog, what up?
Were you like in a humidor?
No, I was just chilling with Chris, and this girl was showing us around town.
This girl.
And
festive.
She was fun. She's a cool person. She's out of her mind. To the gills. I mean, getting lunch, 2 p.m. to the gills. Yeah. And I was like, here, love. Just handed me a cigarette.
I thought we were back on the cigars. You're talking about cigarettes.
It was great.
Okay. I smoked weed. Like, I'm not a big weed person, but in America, people smoke weed just straight up, just clean. But in Israel and in most of Europe, they mix it with tobacco. Yeah. And when I was in Israel, I'm like, okay, and I'm feeling a little stressed. I don't have any vices. I'm like, okay, I'm stressed. So I smoked, like, I had one joint that lasted me for like a month. Because I take one little hit and I'm like, ooh. But that's how I realized how fucking addictive nicotine is. I had 3 days in a row, I had one hit, and then I wanted a cigarette. And I'd never smoked. I'm like, I'm in my 40s, and I have I'm hankering for a cigarette. Like, something's fucked up. So that's how I knew. Did you ever smoke?
Never.
Lenny? Never. Any drugs?
Nothing.
He's as clean as, you know what I mean?
Clean.
Like,
I'm a nun.
I don't think I've ever seen
antidepressants?
Nothing.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, you guys.
You
had a happy
beer
life.
Once in a while, right?
No.
No drinking ever.
Well, I lost a couple of bets over the years for half a beer. I lost a bet in 1987. I lost a bet to Kevin Brennan on a podcast once.
What was the bet in 87? Did you
87, in college, if we won we were like the last seed in the softball tournament last week of college. And we're like, no way we're winning 3 games in a row, win the championship. And we won 3 games in a row. I said, if we win 3 games,
a beer
if I win 3 games in a row, I'll have a beer.
And who was your college?
SUNY Albany. But that was just me. All my friends were crazy drinkers. So we get back to the suite room and everybody remembers my proclamation if we win 3 games. And then they, of course, run out and get the beer. And right before I click the thing on it, because I'm dreading this, but all of a sudden everybody disappears. The whole team disappears. And I'm left alone with this beer. And then everybody comes running back in with cameras.
They want a document.
They want a document. So the only picture I think I ever taken of me in college is with a beer.
Were you ever pressured? Like, come on, lady. Like,
every day of my life.
Yeah, were you like in a Nebuchadnezzar Jewish school, or were you like in a public school?
Regular school, regular people.
Where was this?
Busting my chops every single day of my life. Long Island.
In Long Island.
Yeah, all my friends drank, whatever. Like, no.
Nothing.
It's disgusting.
And then you went through college also, no drugs.
Nothing.
God bless you, Lenny.
I didn't believe in any of that stuff.
I don't do drugs either.
Here's what
I'm not.
The first time I ever saw a bong, and I'm like, you're gonna put your face on that?
I know bong is intense, man.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So it's more of a germaphobe
And then my father
thing.
was a smoker, would smoke. And then when I was a kid, we had a big incident with the cigarette. I knew it was bad, just inherently knew. And then I was like, I would take his cigarettes and just throw them because he smelled awful.
Yeah, my parents smoked 4 packs a day.
Yeah.
4 packs.
Oh,
4 packs. Like literally, they would wake up in the middle of the night. And we would fly to Israel and be in the smoking section as a child, as a
the old
baby.
days.
Yeah.
The old days with the
crazy.
ashtrays and the fucking armrests.
Yeah,
and I would be like,
disgusting.
my mom just sat 12-hour flights.
I couldn't imagine this being good for you even as a young kid. And
Oh.
I saw my doctor, my pediatrician smoke, and I asked my mother, why is he smoking? You said it's bad, right?
Yeah.
And he died. And he died
Oh,
of lung
shit. Oh,
cancer.
God.
And I was like,
Jesus.
why did he smoke? He's a doctor. And I literally, it was like an existential moment. From that moment on, I knew
Yes.
people were full of shit. Like, even if my doctor smoked, there was something
No,
wrong
I'm
with
glad
this.
that you were
So-
prescient.
Yeah.
They love vices. So I used to go out with a nurse practitioner.
But they're all addicted to Oxy, right? Isn't there a huge percentage of
Stop.
doctors?
They're all maniacs.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
all
yeah.
do shit. I don't want to say. There was a comic who was also a doctor. He's no longer with us. He
There you go.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He would get clinical cocaine in there. I mean, the dude's a wild boy.
Is there a thing called clinical cocaine?
Well, that was the good stuff. I didn't know they still made it.
Okay.
But
Just
that used
pure.
to be that. But no, that used to be like Novocaine.
Yeah.
Dentists used to
Oh,
give you
got
that.
it.
That
Right.
used to be
You
a
just
way to
not
numb
put it on your
someone.
gums like they do
Yeah.
in the cop shows, right? They
Yes.
check in.
When they
Yeah.
check it.
I never knew what
I
that
never,
was.
I
was like, does
that
that whiten
never
your
appealed
teeth?
to me.
Yeah. So they're all degenerates. They love drugs.
Well, they
Yeah.
can access them easily. You got
Yes.
a little prescription pad.
And their job is stressful and or boring at
Yeah,
times.
no,
Yeah.
you're right.
So that leads to what am I going to do?
Yes, yes. Well, all the doctors in Israel still smoke. They're all
It's cra-
outside, like
it's
on
insane.
breaks.
You're not my doctor at that point.
Yeah,
Like,
no, you're right.
you're a
You're
hypocrite.
right.
I would do it now, but the throat.
Do what?
This
Smoke-
Is,
oh,
yeah,
the
this
throat.
is my job.
Right.
Because I'm like, I've gotten to 45. I don't got no kid. I don't owe nobody nothing. So if I go at
I
60,
don't owe
I'm
anybody
going to go at
nothing.
60 anyway, probably. Might as well have some fun. Might as well smoke and pretend I'm goddamn Clint.
Can't you just take up like rafting? You know what I mean? Like rather than why do you want to go that
extreme
way?
There's more
Sports.
effort to that. I don't like effort.
Right.
What
You
if-
just want to
in
light
life-
up.
in life.
What
Got
if
it.
by like 50 you can't talk but you're still alive
Yeah, that sucks.
and now your job is gone? Now what?
I got to tell you, I had
would be
vocal
brutal.
notes. I had vocal when I was doing 8 shows a week, my one-woman show.
Oh.
And so you literally get a node,
Yeah.
and they stick the camera up through the nose to the throat. It's like
That's how
but those
Joan
are
Rivers
fun.
died.
And you're like, did she?
Yeah, they put the camera down her throat.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know
what
that.
did
That's how
it?
she died.
Something like that. Some in doctor procedure.
Well, this was just the regular camera, and you're like, and you're singing while the
Yeah.
camera's in. Then they put you on vocal rest, so I couldn't speak for a week. This happened to me 3 times, and you get on steroids. So, because then you're not supposed to speak when you're on
Yep.
steroids, because then you can kind of really blow out the cords. And then everybody talks to you like you're a fucking idiot. I'm like,
Yeah.
all I can do is I can't speak. I can hear, I can see. My IQ is at the. They're like,
Yeah, you're mute.
do you need anything? And I'm just like. I mean, they really look at you like you're a fucking idiot. And I'm like, it was driving me. I went on dates like this, but I did. It's nice because men love listeners. Do you know what I mean? I mean, guys
the
don't
opposite.
shut up anyway on dates. Like it's a backboard conversation where I'm
Yeah.
just sitting there fucking nodding. I'm like, do you have any interest in who I am? Like, I could be anybody. I could be fucking anybody right now. And then I would have a notepad and I'd be like, so STDs? Like, I really would just like.
If
I
you
would,
wrote
No.
that, that's great.
Oh
Well,
no.
That's
I
terrific.
always ask. I always ask.
Get it
And
out of the
people
way.
are honest.
Get it out of the
One
way.
guy's like, yeah, I have herpes. The date kind of ends at that point. better now than later, like itchy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you're married. You don't have to
I'm
deal
married.
with any
I
of
don't
that
have to-
shit,
Not
man.
anymore. I did though. I
Were you did you sleep around a lot before you got married? Okay, fine.
Good. Good
Great.
for you.
You had
See?
to. No,
You have to have
otherwise,
something.
much happier marriage that way. No, as opposed to like, no, she's my first, and then what? Then you go fucking insane.
Yeah, I mean, I had a good single life.
Good. That's good. Yeah, bravo.
Thank you very much.
Bravo.
Thanks for playing.
So the theme of this new festive podcast
Yes.
is near-death experiences. Because I've had numerous.
You guys seem to want them.
well,
after that
it
opening.
makes it interesting.
Give me a
but
pack
I'm
of Camels.
What did I do? I didn't
Well,
do
he's
anything.
smoking up a storm and like
Yeah,
ready to do
I
that.
just sang a lot, so I don't know if you call that
Doing
edgy.
cigars, hanging with guys who have pure cocaine
Yeah,
or whatever
the
it is.
medical cocaine, medical
gonna-
grade cocaine sounded very.
That dude was so. He was a
intimidating.
nice guy, but I was like watching, like an anti-hero prestige television character in real life. It was like the Covenant in
HBO.
Californication.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
like
Well, there you go.
insanity.
Well, and,
Oh,
and
that's
then you're
funny.
hanging. You know, you go back and forth to Israel, the safest place on earth.
Dude,
so
it's,
there
well,
you
it
go.
is. A lot of things are safer there than they are here. Like 5-year-olds walk to school alone.
Yeah.
You know, here I'm like literally grasping my son as we descend to the N train.
That
like
makes sense.
New York's gotten fucking edgy.
It's edgy.
It's the '80s, man. It really is, though.
I don't know if it's that. I mean, I wasn't here in the 80s.
I grew up here.
So you could. So
Yeah.
you might know more. Than
Yeah.
me. What I've said though, it's not as bad as your uncle in the Midwest who
Thinks
only
it is.
watches Fox News.
Yeah.
Thinks
Okay.
it is, but it isn't as safe as people who hate that. It's like, oh, it's still. It's not as safe as it was 10 years ago.
Right.
Clearly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
And it still was not perfect. But the thing, I go on the road. most towns suck.
Well, I heard that
Most
San
towns have
Francisco's
a
gotten
few-
really depressed.
Yeah.
few blocks
Yeah.
that are bad
You're right.
everywhere.
You're right.
There's barely anywhere.
Vancouver, man. Vancouver, there's it's like Amsterdam from The Wire. Remember that?
Yeah.
Where everybody's all condensed and doing
Yep.
heroin openly? That was,
We were talking about Austin. We were both in Austin,
Oh,
Texas,
okay.
and we were like, I'm glad I'm out of there. It was frightening.
Really?
Yeah.
Downtown
Because
Austin.
everybody's like plug in. I know that like there's the new club there,
There's-
and then
it looks-
everybody lives there.
There's
New
several
club-
clubs.
wow.
It's becoming. They're trying to make it the scene. God
Okay.
bless them. Downtown stinks. I mean, Rogan,
Yeah.
when he goes on his stage, it's like, hey, I opened up a club, spent all these millions of dollars, surrounded by crackheads. Everybody. That's like how he
Yeah.
opens.
Really? Is that? Oh, that
Yeah.
sucks,
Sold out.
man. Is
He
it a
has-
good club though? Was it the mothership or something?
it's huge, and
Okay.
and he has paramilitary like security because I guess he has to. I mean,
Everybody's
that's a
packing
bad
heat.
neighborhood. I mean,
Oh, wow.
we would walk
Yeah.
from the hotel to the venue and to a few of the places,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it wasn't dope. It was like, God,
Oh,
and
man.
I ain't worried. I've been the crazy white boy for a long time, so I ain't
Okay.
worried about
Okay.
shit.
Everyone's like, you're the guy that we're aware of.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. But and when you smoke cigars, no one fucks with you. But I
Right.
had to cut
That's
that out.
actually, that's a good tip. I
There's
think.
definitely a feeling like I know my homeless people. You know what I mean? Like
right.
I
This-
know.
you have the
They're
Upper
yours.
West Side homeless
No, but I mean,
people. They're
even
like,
like we see the same. You go
Yeah.
the same pattern. So
Yes,
you've seen.
yes.
I've seen that guy. I've seen
Right.
that guy. I've seen that guy. Or it's just like you just have a general feel like New York homeless people aren't gonna screw with you.
Right.
But you know, I don't know. I'm in a different town. I don't know. They're homeless
Yeah,
people. They
that's
could
true.
dive at you.
It's the
Yeah,
away
yeah.
team. You're
Yeah.
the away team.
Yeah, I don't like the away game.
Yeah.
of
Home
homeless
game, you
people.
get it. You're like, oh, that's Sal. Sal just sits
Yeah.
there and does that.
That's right.
It's what it is.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's definitely a little more fear.
Wow.
Austin is scary.
So there you go. That's near death.
I was in
think-
Austin at South by Southwest when I had my TV show Svetlana, so I was hanging out with like Mark Cuban. I don't think I was hanging, you know what I mean?
Oh.
We're like just doing
You'll
it,
be okay
doing
with
a
Mark
little
Cuban.
different, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? But I love it. But I was like, oh, should I move to Austin? It seems so festive, and now you're killing it for
I
me.
thought that 10 years ago.
Okay.
I had a great week there.
All
Got
right.
a tattoo. Ate nothing but Torchy's tacos. Great
Imagine.
times.
Well, that barbecue. What's that? So good. That barbecue's so good.
The Salt Lick is like 10,
Yeah.
20 miles out.
Okay.
So we didn't do that.
Okay.
We didn't have time, but we ate enough tacos to kill a mule, and that was good. But it's just, but most places, downtown stinks.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go,
Right, right.
people are scared to go downtown. And some of them are soft. In Jacksonville, they're like, you don't want to go downtown. Nothing but homeless. I saw 3 homeless people. I'm like, I live in the Upper East Side. I see
Right.
3 homeless people like on my block.
Yeah.
Upper
In
East
the
Side
Upper
isn't
East
as bad
Side.
though. I mean,
No,
I
it's
walked through
not.
Washington
Yeah.
Square Park last night at midnight after I left the cellar, and it was like there's fecal matter, you know, human fecal matter. Like it's got a
Yeah.
nice freer feel.
But
It's got a
but,
li-
but everywhere has it, and that's what
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
Detroit.
Yeah.
We went to 8
No.
Mile
No.
to eat pizza at the original pizza joint, and our Uber driver's like,
what is the original pizza joint?
I think it's called Ray's because
Okay.
that square. I like, and I do like.
I
the
just know
square
from the
pizza.
M&M movie. That's the only
Yes.
thing I know from 8 Mile.
But there's a
Okay.
reason because it's not a great traditionally.
Got it. Okay.
Holy, because everything's like mile 9.
Yeah.
Oh, is that how they?
Yeah.
Yeah. They do
Okay.
it by miles. Yeah.
They do it. It's like when in Japan during that Fukushima disaster, everybody learned the word prefecture. You know what I mean?
Oh,
when
I didn't
Japan.
learn
I remember that
You
one.
You
gotta
never
teach
heard
me
that
now.
word?
Well, wasn't that tapped
Go.
into that?
What's the lesson?
Well, it's like provinces or like states. It's like
Ah.
in this prefecture, and everyone's suddenly using it. I'm glad I can enlighten everybody.
Thank you. I learned
Japanese
something.
prefecture.
This is worth the trip.
Prefecture. That's it. That's
Don't die in the prefecture. Gotcha.
sorry.
It's all right.
What the fuck are you drinking? It's
This
like
shit makes my face
napalm.
tingle. I
What
forget.
can I see?
It's a C4 because there's no calories. I can't eat again until 5:30.
It's just like a red. There's all these Red Bull iterations,
Yeah.
right?
This one's a little rough. This one's
Superhuman
better for working out.
performance.
I prefer Monster, the blue one, but that's 35 calories.
You have a death wish. I swear to God.
Carnicin.
You have a bit of a
See,
death
this
wish.
even says like cancer in the name, right? Carnicin.
Yeah, a little bit. You're not wrong. I ate because I was
There you
like
go.
whatever. I ate a whole box of Ritz last night after I got.
That won't kill you.
4 sleeves, the whole box.
Oh, but I love that
think
you
Four
still have Rinse and
sleeves.
sleeves and that wax paper, that 1984 brown wax
You
paper.
just sometimes you do. I listen to my butt, but when you fast and then work out, you're usually gonna be okay.
Remember
like, I
Tam
rub around the
Tams?
same
Was it
weight
Tam
now.
Tams? Tim Tams? Those
Yeah, Tam
crackers?
Tams,
That was
I
a
remember.
Jewish,
No,
Jewish
Tam Tams.
nursery school thing. Tam Tams with peanut butter. I'm telling
Yeah.
my son that they used to
Guess I'm
serve us
allergic.
peanut butter in preschool.
Hmm.
That's why we're more resilient, man.
Well, I'm allergic from the jump. I've almost died. I don't know if I was
Really?
going to tell that story. It depends on how many
We
we're
can tell
showing
stories.
here. Lenny
I'm
barely
worried-
has any,
do
but
you
I
think,
almost died
uh,
from peanut butter a couple times.
You did? So you like your EpiPen situation?
I don't know where it's at, but I've
Well, I
had
don't know if
to.
the banging
What?
on the table is. Do you think it's picking up?
No.
I don't know.
But it'll just if it does, it'll pick up.
It's a nice. No,
the
you're right. It's like a
hearts.
base. It's like a baseline to the whole podcast.
God.
You should be okay. These mics will
Yeah, I have this mic at home. I don't have this. This stand is hefty.
These are great mics.
I have like a cheapo Amazon stand that keeps breaking my table. Like I screw it to the table and then suddenly a chunk of plywood.
This one will break a head.
This isn't. I don't know if I can even lift this.
This one's out of control.
That's what you
I've
want.
I've been trying to work out because I've gained so much fucking weight. Now you're supposed to say, no, you didn't.
You look great. You look wonderful.
Thank you. But my other friend said to me,
I just go catatonic when women do that. That's not fair.
My problem is I have too many honest friends that go, yeah, you did. Like people that haven't seen me in a year, they're like, oh, Iris, you did. I'm like, I feel so bad because I'm so doughy. They're like, I hear you. I'm like, dude, this is not what I'm supposed to fucking hear. But I gained 25 pounds, like a lot of fucking
stress.
It's stress dealing with my mom. I'm dealing with my mom, stroke, dementia, the whole thing. And I'm stress eating. And I used to not eat when I was stressed. Now it's like 2 tubs of Ben and Jerry. Like, it's really taken a shift. It used to kill my appetite. The point is, I'm like, let me go work out, which doesn't work because when you work out, you get hungrier. I've been boxing. I've been going to work, train, fight.
It's in what you eat then.
And then I pig out. And then I'm like,
you can eat all the salad you want after that.
Well, but I eat a lot of peanut butter. I tried to eat a lot of peanut butter and avocado and like healthy fats, but it's fat.
I'm telling you, the thing that does work.
Yes.
I got this from Chrissy D. Is fasting. I don't do the 8 hours on, 12 off.
16 hour?
I will just, when I'm done eating, I try to do 12 hours
12
of not going past 10 calories.
But does that include sleep?
Yes.
Can I include sleep?
Well, yeah, so I slept.
You have to.
Yeah, and it's
No,
great.
you have to.
Eat at 8 a.m., then eat at 8 p.m., and that was it?
Well, no, but like you go to bed at 8 a.m., you eat it, you tried to do that.
And that's
After
the
dinner,
new zeitgeist, too. When you hear it's so funny. I'm so sick of like all these. I listen to 4 podcasts. It's the same guests that always do the same. Like now Ice Cube is on every podcast. Or like Andrew Huberman, the Huberman podcast. So he's like a Rogan and Huber, all the neuroscience and the fasting is now definitely the zeitgeist. Like it'll save you from cancer. Just don't eat.
I've just started doing it the last month or 2, and it's
and you're liking it.
And I am.
But you're doing like 16 cans of these.
Yeah, but no cows. No, I only do one of these. No, because my anxiety.
Chemicals.
No, because about a year ago I was dancing with these, and I ended up having several panic attacks within a few days, and one of them
it's probably
like
very caffeinated, dude.
And so now I just do one to start, like when I go to the gym. I'm not gonna make it the gym today, so I was like, I'll have this on the way here.
All right.
So I get my caffeine.
I want to read what carnosine
drink
is,
a lot
but
of
I can't
tea
see
now.
well. You read this because I don't have glasses. Please read that for
carnosine, this patented form of
you sound good.
beta-alanine has been clinically shown to fight fatigue and improve muscular endurance. Within minutes of drinking C4, you may feel a tingling sensation from, the beta-alanine.
In your aorta.
Signaling that your body is primed for superhuman performance.
I'll knock a motherfucker out.
What a crock of shit.
I'll pop.
Superhuman.
No, but I'm ready to go. If I go to the gym right now, bitches beware, B. Like, I go.
Will you get a spontaneous erection from this, too? Have you tried this for sexual performance?
No, you don't do
It's not that good.
You don't do that.
It's like,
it's just...
That's going to be the #1 seller in the country.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I one of these guys that was on the podcast, on one of those podcasts, Noam Sobel, he's a big olfactory, sense of smell research. He had him on Lex Friedman. He's been on all of them. But he, back in the day, discovered 2 things. One of his big discoveries was that the smell of a woman's tears lowers men's testosterone levels. Like, literally the smell. You don't even know that tears have a smell.
Wow.
But that happened. So that's why,
So you start crying.
And then I guess you soften.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jesus, yeah.
But the other one,
true.
But he was being courted by some billionaire that wanted to like tap into pheromones. Like if you can really tap into like some sort of cologne that really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow.
Segue. I know we went to erections and C4. C4 isn't that the explosive? Isn't C4 dynamite?
But this is dynamite. Like I feel like I can go at it.
Stop crying! You're killing my erection.
Can I do that tonight?
All right, so near death.
Yeah.
So when I said near death, I
didn't
feel
have
like you've
anything
led
near
a very
death.
sheltered life, Lenny, but you were near death.
I was near to death.
Okay,
yes.
tell me.
We've all had loved ones who died or whatever.
Yes,
So you've
yes,
seen it.
yes.
Been at funerals or whatever. But near mine, just regular me being near death, other than weird plane rides or stuff like that.
Okay,
like
yes.
I wasn't in Israel during bombing season.
We've had many. I've been in many a bomb shelter.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
That would be qualify as one, but I've never even been in that.
Yeah.
I think the one I did find. Lucian Hold from the comic strip when he passed away.
Tell me who that is. I'm sorry. Pardon my
He
ignorance.
ran he's like the SD of the comic strip.
Okay. Lucian.
For years. Lucian
Was
Hold
he
from
redhead?
1977.
Would he ever work at Stand Up New York?
No.
Okay.
This is he did everything there. He was the booker there.
Got it. Okay.
Till 2004 when he passed away, he had scleroderma. But yeah, he lived like a couple blocks down, and I'd go over there Tuesday to help him out. He asked me to come help him out, because he couldn't function. He had a lot of comics come in.
What
Everybody
is
had a day.
scleroderma, by the way?
It's like
it's a skin
skin
thing.
disease that starts hardening your skin,
Oh,
and then everything
okay.
constricts.
That's
and
dark.
My God.
It's
Sounds
dark.
horrible.
They started cutting fingers off. There's
Okay,
there you
all
go.
right.
Hey, you wanted death?
No,
Here
you're
we
right.
go.
I needed to understand. You're right. We're
So-
talking about death. Yes.
Well, it was my day, and
Okay.
when I got a call from Vanessa Hollingshead, who was his wife at the time. She's like, I think he's dead. And I was about to head over there anyway. And so I get over there, and he's in the chair,
And he's dead.
Oh, my God.
And did
that's
you
my
know
near
it the
death.
minute you walked in? Could you just tell?
Well, I mean, I'm not Quincy, you know what I mean? So
Right.
I gave the two fingers,
Not
exactly like
Quincy.
you do with the cocaine, you know what I mean? Like, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a pulse, and it did feel like he had one. So I was like,
God.
yeah, I think he's gone. And so, and then he tied his knees up on the ottoman, you know what I mean? So it's like, so I had, we kind of straightened him out a little
You
bit.
straightened him out before
Well,
the
the paramedics.
before the paramedics
I'm not going to
came?
leave him with his knees up like
Right.
he's watching a game.
right.
So, whatever. But I left her there, and then I called the paramedics, and then
You're like,
eventually-
I'm out.
But meanwhile, don't die in New York City because it'll take about 8
6 hours for
for anybody to show up for it, because then they send the EMT and then they send the coroner. Which and this process is just whatever. So
Right.
she's in the corner having a nervous breakdown,
Oh.
crying, and then
That's tough.
I'm booking the This is the one day in this world I booked the comic.
So they're
I
like,
booked the
he's
comic
dead.
strip.
Can you book the
I
comics for
booked
the
the comic.
night?
Yeah.
Is that
I
what she
booked the
said to you?
comic
Book the
strip.
comics?
Well, somebody had to do it. He did. The schedule came out on a Tuesday all the time, and it was Tuesday.
They weren't
for
even thinking
Tuesday.
of closing the club for like a day. They're like,
Nope.
we got to get the comics in.
Well, there was a show that night, and
That's actually
who
great.
makes
I
that
gotta
call?
say,
I don't
that's
know.
great because that was his job.
So
that
I
was
called
his love.
a bunch of people, and
Oh
I
my
said, "Can you
God.
do the 8:10? Can you do the 8:10?"
Oh, my God.
And I booked the comic strip one day.
Was it magical for you booking the comics, or were you just like traumatized from the
Well,
whole
I
day?
called all the people. I knew people who wanted to probably be there. They were going to do like a little. Everybody's
Little
going to show up
tribute,
that night,
right.
But not a tribute. They were just going to show. But
Oh.
I was like, my
They're
thing
just
was,
gonna do their regular
hey,
set.
I know this is going to be weird. Can you do the 8:10? And you might want to keep this quiet for a couple hours. I knew
Oh,
he had clients too, so the clients were like, hey,
Oh.
can you do the 8:10? And by the way, Lucian's dead.
So that was the
I'll see you
tag.
later.
That was
yeah,
the
that was
tag.
my tag.
Wow.
What happened? I had to go through it all. So
Oh,
it took me all
God.
like 3 hours to book
How
the
many
whole
times
thing.
did you say I straightened him out? He was
None,
knees up
no,
on the ottoman.
never before.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
But that probably helps you grieve. It got your mind off it for a minute. It was probably
Yeah,
nice
it was
to not
better than being in
be
that
present
room.
with
Yes.
it for 3 hours of just having to suck it in that your friend.
Well, I
and
didn't want to go in
friend
there,
is
you
dead,
know, like I saw it and that was the end of that, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? And,
yeah.
I saw them put him in the bag and that was enough.
Ugh. Yeah.
That's
The
terrible.
bag,
There you
this is
go.
the
Can I go
bag
now?
slip-up.
It's a
know.
happy time.
Have you been? I've been to funerals. I've been to funerals in Israel.
Yeah.
I haven't really been to funeral here. Sadly, my brother, I had to. I was with my mom in L.A. and we were on video. It was a whole thing,
Oh,
but that was
God.
a whole other thing. But in Israel, the funerals, I guess Jewish funerals, like there's no casket. There's just the body's wrapped in a sheet, so you actually see the body, and they just bring it on a cart, and it's always 1,000 degrees in Israel, and the cemeteries are just
God.
stone, like dust and stone. There's no trees. It's not pretty. And they're just wheeling the body, and they make you walk like 2 hours, like in the heat, with no, just walking the body to the site, and it's just.
Oh, they don't
so-
even use they just put you in the ground. They don't put
Yeah,
they don't put it in a box.
No. Well, I made the last one I was at was my friend. I feel like there might have been a box, but my friend's mom, no, just a.
Here the Jews just get
Just
the
a
very
sheet.
simple box.
Yeah, it's like a wood
when they
ply.
have
It's like
the
an
sheet.
IKEA box.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The kind that
Well, I
decomposes
used to have a
within 2
joke about
seconds.
that.
Oh, did you?
That's my father would bury me in an IKEA box. Yeah, with the Allen wrench. The
But
whole
it's good.
thing.
It's actually because it decomposes anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the bed. My bed is slow. It's like 10 years old. It's slowly just becoming
then
one with nature.
Both my parents died, and when my mother died, I remember my dad making me go with him to open the casket and check to make sure it was her. And I
That's
was like,
that's
is-
neuroses,
What?
right?
That I
That's
didn't need
to
to
make sure
see.
they didn't do a mix-up.
That's right.
Oh my god.
And so I had to do it for both of them. It was brutal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Oh no,
tough.
I get elected as the my sister
Check
doesn't
that
do
it's
any
your
of that.
mom.
It's like you just
Yeah.
I don't even know. I was just trying not to let it soak in my head. So
No, I
that's
get
why
it.
it's a vision. But yeah, it's still in there.
It's such I don't know processing, and then I guess is it a Christian like? When do you decide if it's open casket? When they make people up and they embalm them? Like that's a whole
I've
thing.
been to one of those,
You've
and
been to
that's
that?
even creepier.
That sounds surreal
It's
to me.
so
I guess you
creepy.
can remember the person looking peaceful.
But
you
they
know,
don't
I
look-
guess,
They're
They look-
usually open.
they
what I've been to.
they
really,
look
but only
peaceful,
yeah,
but they
But-
look
they're dead.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
doesn't
Whoever
give
came
you
up with this
closure.
is insane.
Yeah, I don't feel like it gives someone. But again, everybody has their own process. But if
Sure.
someone was ill, that's the sucky part. Like if you're watching someone deteriorate, that's all you remember. You just remember the day before. You know when they're like, There's nothing left, and they're just like skeleton. Like, I don't want to remember that. So I guess if you're all got a makeup and a nice shirt on, and
I remember, I know that, I think, Tom Cotter was telling me this, and we both agreed, like, the Jews actually do this right. Get them in the ground quick.
24 hours, man.
Day.
Yeah,
the
next day.
day.
24 hours.
And start grieving and go through it.
Yeah.
You wait. It's
How long can you wait in the other
weeks.
face?
You can wait weeks.
Really?
I had like a joke about it. My great grandma died. They toured her. She had in like 2-3 cities. She was like the goddamn. The Catholics treat their dead like the Grateful Dead. They just 3 days in Montreal and 5 in Rochester. It's utterly insane. My grandpa
She's
was it an open
raised
casket? Were they just
yeah, Nana was open. My grandpa who raised me. It takes like a week, 10 days, and it's tough because it's lingering.
Yeah.
And then you do it.
Yeah.
And then you really have to start.
But is there a shiva?
No, it's all
nothing.
horse shit.
Nobody shows up. No food.
Jewish folk. I used to joke, God bless. And I'm probably, we still don't know technically.
Yeah,
but
we don't know.
Clearly,
right.
probably.
Yeah,
but,
you got something going on.
But if you get a sniffle, we'll put you in the ground. Like that's smart. Like you're buried 2 minutes after you're gone. Good. Why wait?
Right.
Move.
Right.
Like not move on. Like fuck you, you're gone. But like
no, you need to start the grieving process. Yeah.
I think it takes time. I don't think you can skip over it, man. With my brother, like that grieving took fucking ever. I wouldn't because first you're in shock, because especially if it's sudden, you're in shock. And then I would cry like 8, 9 out. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And then it still happened. Like it still comes. And as artists, like now I wrote a script about it. So that kind of brought me back in. Now with my mom and her dementia, I wrote about that. You know what I mean? Now I'm doing a documentary. And I'm like, why am I forcing myself to stay in this space? Can't I write a rom-com about living in Bed-Stuy and working as a graphic designer like every other fucking comedy?
That is everyone else, huh?
I just feel like every show, and I'm like, can I be a woman in her late 40s in Bed-Stuy? Or is it only like the comics that are in their late 30s can be in Bed-Stuy? Yeah. My hair's standing up here. Look at that.
That's what that does. Makes hair stand right up.
I'm just doing that.
It'll be
It's
okay.
like one hair. This is an abnormally large headphones, right? This is not just me. I mean, this looks like
I have a big head. Have you seen these headphones I just brought in for my own? This is what I look at these sons of bitches.
I don't know, man. You
These
see
are
people.
my third ranked ones.
Those are smaller than the ones you're wearing.
Yeah,
but look at how stretched out for
They
my big
are-
cranium. You son of a bitch.
Better a big head than a
sons of
pinhead,
bitches,
no?
these.
I think
What?
you want a big head. You think you want a bigger head than a small head. Having a body and a small head's a little weird.
They
don't
say
you
Like
think?
Beetlejuice.
They say
Yeah.
famous people have big heads.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Is that true?
They say it. They say
There was
they're
a theory
short with big
also,
heads, and still are like.
When I took this psych class when I did 1 year in Tel Aviv University, and he had the theory that every U.S. president, if the one with the hair won, like anytime they were running against each other, the guy with the bigger head of hair won, and I believe it.
It's
like
a
that
good-looking
JFK
contest.
syndrome,
No question.
Reagan. You never get a balding. I think till today. Who's
the one bald guy I could think of
is
went against another bald guy. Eisenhower
okay.
took on Stevenson twice.
Right.
Okay.
Stevenson, I believe, was a bald guy too.
Well, if he was running against anybody with hair, forget it.
Yeah.
Ike.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, Ike. I like Ike.
I like Ike. All right, James. How about you, Bubba?
I got too many. I mean, what are we gonna do here?
Well, give one that's the most festive. This stuff is. I feel like you're gonna literally spontaneously explode.
I
in
hope
here.
I die doing this podcast. Your podcast will be
Are you
what
kidding?
a great
It's
first
very
episode.
meta. It's
It'll
like
be-
near death,
yeah.
and he dead.
One and
And
done.
one of the first two guests, first episode goes
Yeah.
straight into the ground.
After that, everybody else is gonna have to guess is gonna have to fake their own death by the end of the
I
episode.
set the standards.
Isn't that the name of orgasm in French? Little death.
Yeah.
Petit mot.
Yeah.
Because a
I
little
love
bit of you
that.
died, right?
Well, I think when you're
Well,
like, it
yeah,
looks
yeah.
like you're having a seizure. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
You're probably right.
It depends, right? But yeah, sex
All right.
choices. Okay,
Commence
talk to me.
death.
Okay, so a year ago.
Oh, wow, this
a
is
year
recent.
and a half, last January.
Okay.
So some of this will sound like humble braggly. It just sets up the story.
Really?
So I put out this
Only if you
album
killed him.
that no one wanted me to put out.
Yep.
I had to go to another record label. They started a label for me where it's called The Check Spot. You guys can still find it. I didn't mean to plug, but it happened.
I like it.
Thank you, my friend. And it was just me doing stand-up and answering questions from a drunk audience while they're paying the checks. It's the worst part of the show, but I felt
Ooh,
like
I like that.
creativity came
That's
up.
smart,
so
man.
I did it.
Yeah.
Somebody died during the show. It'd be so good.
That would have been great. Well, we referenced one kid looked like he was dead. That's in the actual the
Jesus
film version of it. So I got COVID last New Year's Eve. Basic house arrest for 5 days, no symptoms. And the album, I was really depressed. It was a real easy way to fall into, once you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
past
yeah,
January 2nd, that's when
Right.
this town gets gloomy as shit.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
just
It's
hard
already
to be
months
human.
of cold and yeah.
You got through all the bright lights of Christmas and New Year's and
no
all that
C4.
shit.
Yeah.
It's
this was pre-C4, right? This was pre-C4.
Oh, believe me, there was C4 then.
There was.
So,
the Precambrian era, yeah.
I get a call the day I test negative, and I can go back to spots and living my life and being a human. Find out the album was voted Album of the Year, Comedy Album of the Year by the Interrobang, and that's just a small victory, and we're still not to. So I tell the producer who had my back from the jump and the guy who Frankensteined it from 4 shows and made it.
You like this
at one
guy.
point, we didn't think it was going to be anything. He goes,
All
I
right.
got it. And he was, mwah.
Shout out to that guy.
Nick Angelo. So I go,
There you
Nick,
go. Hey,
I'm
Nicky.
taking you out. We're going to have a nice night. And so we, like a week or two later, we went to Smith and Walensky's on a Monday. Oh, man, we're having a good time. I'm on my second dirty martini, prime rib, rare
Medium
as could
rare.
be.
There you
Rare
go.
as could
Walking
be.
off the plate.
I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Goddamn playoff football is the first time they decided to do the Monday night playoff game. Oh, my God. And as it's happening, this perfect moment for me, just being who I am, pontificating. The Rolling Stones is playing Out of Time, which was used skillfully in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, one of my favorite movies. And as that happens, I start choking and sound like the Luca Brasi. I take a sip, and it doesn't do nothing. And Nick goes, "Are you choking?" I get up, run to the front.
Okay.
And
so no one can catch you and Heimlich you?
Well, no, the maitre d' and there's 2 guys at the front. Goes, "Were you choking?" And he goes, "Can you talk?" And I go, once again, sound like the Luca Brasi with the Tatalias. And he turns me around. And at that, before he turned me around, I'm doing the math. I'm like, I'm on 50 whatever. I'm like, I'm done. I go, I made peace, and I'm not. I just go, I guess this is it. I said that to myself in my head. I just thought it.
No faith in anybody around you. You're like in
No,
a crowded room.
That's ridiculous.
But it's okay to have peace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
no, it's
okay.
great.
Oh,
I'm
it's
just
great.
wondering. Yeah,
It's okay. It's just like, all right,
Damn.
this is how I go. The guy turns me around, spit it right out into my napkin. I still have my napkin in my hand. I feel embarrassed. The whole goddamn place is looking at me.
Like, that probably like happens every day.
Yeah.
Well, I go.
You had a big bite of steak in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
You were
huge. I'm
ketoing
like,
the shit out of that.
What a
Yeah.
piece of garbage I am. I turn to the guy and go, man, I really appreciate it, but I gotta be honest, I feel like a real bitch ass. And the guy goes, don't worry about it. Happens all the time. Just last week, I did this to Liza Minnelli.
Come on.
All respect to her. I was on my second martini. How many do you think she had when this happened?
She's also like in her 80s.
God
isn't
bless
she?
her. Liza Minnelli.
Oh my God.
I sit down and embarrassed. I have a whole plate of hash browns. I love steakhouse hash browns. I start
tell me
shoving them in my
again.
mouth.
Again,
Shoving them
no
in my
learning,
mouth.
no learning curve.
I
Can't
think I
choke
might have got
twice.
dessert.
Yeah.
I then spend the next few minutes asking Nick and texting people, telling people what's going on. Texting my manager, because he's like a raconteur, and I'm like, what do I tip the guy who saved my life to make sure I feel like I have to do something, but too much is kind of
17%.
insulting. But too much is too insulting. I'm like, I think I'm like
50?
A 50.
Yeah.
The guy comes over, checks on me. I slip him a 50. Thanks, buddy. And then Nick's like, hey, if you ever want to go to a comedy show,
Yeah.
okay. And then when we leave,
Yeah.
Nick tells me,
Yeah.
hey, man, just so you know, I didn't want to ruin the moment. That wasn't the guy who saved you. It was the other guy.
He's
You did hit the
wrong.
wrong guy for saving your life. But it came so close. And so then Nick went home because he was still trying to be a good boy. I went to the strip and had a couple drinks. And it felt weird because I was celebrating. I was like, yo, I didn't die. And then the next few days, I started getting weird because there's that
Is there-
January garbage.
Oh, like falling into a depression, you mean?
I was like, wow.
I wish I hadn't
embarrassing. How
got
embarrassing
Heimlicked.
is it? Well, no, but how embarrassing is it to die that way? And then for some reason, because there's no other podcast to listen to, I cherry picked Maron's podcast. I decided to listen to John Mellencamp, who I'm not the biggest fan of, but I know he's a salty prick. People don't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He's a salty.
I just know that he's dating Meg Ryan. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
But the guy who wrote Pink Houses. I've seen interviews. I don't give a fuck what you say, bitch. About like he's a
Really?
wild dude.
Yeah.
He's a squirrely dude.
Wow.
So I listen, and 3 different times, Maron goes through his career and goes, wow, that's amazing. How'd that happen? And he answered the same way 3 times. He goes, I was lucky. How do you know you're lucky? You think you are. And at that moment, my whole perspective, not only on that incident, but life changed. Where now I stopped looking at the bullshit. I'm not a bitch ass for almost dying that way. I'm not a big schlo. I'm the luckiest son of a bitch in the world. I didn't die that way. And I look at everything different because of that and because John Mellencamp happened to be on MATTERN that way. It changed my whole life.
He's a prophet.
This whole
Who
thing
knew?
changed it. Is that crazy? My whole life, the way I look at things.
Well, that's...
So it's just gratitude. That's how you feel.
Gratitude.
That's the theme. It's like the gratitude. All right, right on.
Great Beastie Boys
So I tell people all the time, I mean, most of the business that we're in is luck. You know,
it's so much. It's so not a meritocracy.
It's not.
It's so much luck. Yes.
And some people just got lucky. How'd you get it?
Yeah.
You got lucky.
But it's perspective as well, yeah.
But I think that I look back now at things, and as you get older, you're like, what I do wrong? You know, the compare despair, and you look at things you did well. Like, it's endless, you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of times I had lucky opportunities, but I didn't have the confidence. I think it's confidence and luck. Like, the people that do well, they walk in, they're going, I deserve this. I think I'm amazing. And then I never had that voice. I was like, oh, I think I'm good at this, but I might not be good at this, or someone's better here. And I sabotaged a lot of, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even fucking when I met you at New Faces, when I fucking bombed that first night. I bombed.
At New Faces?
Yes, the
Happens
second
all the
night,
time.
when no industry was there, I killed.
That's a lot of people's story.
But I really, and I remember John Caparulo was in, you were in there, and I was like, and I just didn't have that voice in me. I got so nervous. And I was like, okay, like that was the day people were handing out development deals and like literally farting out development. Like, oh, you talk about a story where you drove a golf cart? Let's give you a show on NBC. Like that was literally what was happening.
But so that pressure, so that's another thing. So 2 weeks later, I'm in Michigan. It's just, I'm drawing like 8 people, but I'm listening to a podcast in the gym, in the hotel. So this can be embarrassing because you guys are like intelligent people. But I still, Paul Heyman, who is this legendary wrestling manager and promoter, and he's one of my influences.
Okay.
The way he talks, he's spectacular.
That's fine.
Yeah,
yeah. He said this thing, and it's changed my life again. All these things.
I love that you have these epiphanies, man.
There are no no's.
He's
It's
very
just
much
yes
this
later, and that. Because I used to get all nervous. I still
love
do
that.
a little
There
bit.
are no no's just later. I like that.
But we have to remind ourselves that it's all, we're just reacting to action. We think it's all life is just action. It's reaction. It's how do you deal with this? How do I respond to what we do today in this moment with each other? And to you asking me things. And it's all response. And it was supposed to happen. And if it went bad, we find a way to fix the next one. And that's what life is.
Yeah, I mean, also, comedy's the only business as well if you're lucky to have a mentor, but most people don't.
Yeah, I never had a mentor.
Nobody has mentors. So, and nobody, because it's so like an arrogant, I can do this myself. You have to figure it out for yourself, but there are people you could mentor you if they wanted to, and some people have them. You know, I know some people have had them along the way, but very rarely does anybody do that. So you'll make, and then you're so green. Nobody knows show business. You don't come out at anything.
Well, as a woman too, I dealt with so much bullshit. And I dated my agent. Then when we broke up, they dropped me. Like, I mean, I was like,
you're making the every mistake probably along the way.
Sleeping with everybody.
Yeah,
no, it didn't bear any fruit. No fruit.
I haven't heard that term in a minute.
Bearing fruit?
God bless.
Thank you. Even Harvey Weinstein didn't hit on me as much as he should have. I met him in Cannes.
Yeah.
And he was polite and professional. I'm like, what the fuck is
My
this
condolences.
about? Jesus, you would fuck a grapefruit. I mean, come on, man.
Well, you don't know. You don't know. There's nobody telling you like, hey, don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's a lot.
No, you make mistakes.
You make mistakes.
No, I mean, I slept around with the wrong people. Like, I never.
But in show business especially, that you I mean, I'm still going. Well, I deal. I'm with Leslie Jones. And we go everywhere, and I still see like her decisions she makes are not decisions I make.
Okay.
The decisions she makes.
And what is that? Confidence? Because she seems
she
super
is
confident,
super confident
dude. See,
in her abilities.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like
it's the
certain
thing.
people really have it, and other people it comes and goes, and you can tap into. But some people are just like, boom.
But what I tell people is like some of these celebrities, what makes them celebrity, they're also missing a couple of, because they have that ultra confidence. They have blind spots in other ways.
Narcissism.
Well, I mean, you have blind spots in other ways.
Yes,
and it's like you
100%.
So
Yeah. No, you're right.
You don't get everything.
No, they're all miserable. It doesn't matter. That's what I tell myself, right? That way it makes you feel better. You're like, when they say, don't look on Instagram because it's just a lie. I'm like, no, some people are actually really happy. You know what I mean? Like, some people are actually in the Caribbean with 3 kids and healthy, and that's great.
You know when this podcast would be amazing? If you could get all those celebrities who actually did kill themselves, and then you could be like, okay, what led you to that?
That's great.
Then it would be brilliant.
Uplifting.
See if you could do it.
Okay, I'll look into it. AI. I'll just have an AI.
Marilyn
Doesn't
Monroe.
like Rogan do AI-generated podcasts? Like, let's bring blah, blah, blah.
Well, that would be informative. Marilyn Monroe, why did you do
Why
it?
did you do it? She's like, it was a mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst when you hear like
It was a
accidentally
mistake.
OD'd. You're like, oh, dude.
It was a mistake. She's gonna tell you shit you're not ready to hear. Mistake. It's gonna ruin my. One of my heroes probably had something to do with it. Are you
Here's all the list of people she slept with people know.
Oh
At some
my
point,
God.
you're going to die of embarrassment.
a mistake.
God.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I suddenly remembered that you talk about raspy voice. RFK, dude.
Well, that's
What? Is that a disorder?
he thinks the vaccine, I believe.
Yeah, he thought causes autism
but led to that.
Oh, is that what he also blames the
Come on.
vaccines?
But he was on Bill Maher. Bill was like,
Why did people bring him on? I don't.
It was a great episode because he
can't.
goes, buddy, I think they think you're crazy, but they're going to ask you
Right.
nonstop about vaccines. So let it out now. You better be prepared for that. And he sounded sensible there.
Well, that's the
And
scary
then
part when
since
people sound sensible.
Everything else. But I do think the media is probably doing the same mistake that they did in 2016, where it's like trying to get you not to get with someone. And by doing that, it's like, to a lot of Americans, why don't you want me to see this guy? Why don't you want me to like him? Fuck you. That's my guy. They're doing him more of a service by every day.
No, you're right.
Taking
it's
every
giving this
quote.
guy a platform. I mean, it's
And
the same. Yeah.
It's crazy. That being said, I wanted his dad to me was the only good politician. Him and Ike, I would have loved to vote for him. I want him to be the white knight. I want it so bad, but I don't think it's.
He does have a good head of hair, though, right?
Great head of hair.
He's got that Kennedy
He's
hair.
Took the shirt off.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
smart.
is he jacked?
Oh,
You
my
know who's
God.
also jacked? Zuckerberg.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
been
going to have
working
that
out.
fight.
But that's
apparently, that
awkward.
nerd.
When you're like up here, you're like Nebbishtown, and here you're this. I'm like, there's something incongruent about this whole. I can't.
How many people want him just get his ass kicked?
Well, he's going to fight Musk, right? Is that what they're leading to?
No, they
Some
were
case
trying to
match?
do that, but Musk's
not happening?
mother went, "You're not doing
Yeah,
it."
yeah. Elon.
Yeah,
It sounds
no.
Israeli, like
Yeah.
Elon.
You're not doing it.
Two dummy beta nerds.
Yeah.
Going to go fight
That would have
now.
been the great. You know how much money that would have made?
It's huge.
Yeah,
But
well,
that money
biggest
should have went
payday
straight to
ever.
charity.
Of course,
They did.
Doesn't
always,
matter. They would have.
always.
People would let it go 20 rounds. Just beat the
Oh,
crap out of
dude.
each other. Yeah.
I want to see that woman who. What was that crazy one who did the Theranos?
Oh yeah.
Like I want to see her in a ring with somebody.
She's fascinating.
Elizabeth
to me.
Holmes.
Fascinating.
Big eyes, which is really what melts me.
It's like that
Do people
Elijah
know that?
Wood look.
I got one for you, actress.
Please.
You know her deep voice. She had that big deep voice.
Well, she
doesn't-
tried to do that voice, and then when you see
It's
other
phony.
interviews,
Doesn't
it's
have
not
it
that
anymore.
voice. Yeah, of course, she doesn't have it. She put it on. She said she put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the show?
Well,
Hulu?
how
It was
insane
a
you
great.
gotta be.
You
I
should
didn't watch
see
the
it.
Hulu
Yeah.
show.
It's so good.
I saw a little bit of that.
She's Amanda Zig whatever.
Great.
She's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like phenomenal.
But how
documentary's great.
crazy you got to be to change your voice and
I mean, it worked, right? I gotta say, like in terms of voice, has a lot of power. Like
It
a good
does.
voice is such a turn on. Like you can be not butt ugly because that's not gonna help, but it does kick you up a couple of notches. And if you're attractive, and then you suddenly have like it's hard to
weird.
listen
well,
to.
that's part of what's his face's problem.
Yeah,
What's
it's
the
a problem.
Florida dude? What's his name? DeSantis.
DeSantis.
He sounds.
I don't
insane.
think I've ever listened to him.
Well, yeah.
I didn't know he had a voice like that.
Yeah, he's
Does he
got
have
a
a
weird
voice? Does
He
he?
has a Mickey Mouse voice. Is that
Little
why he
bit.
hates Mickey Mouse?
He probably. It's a little odd.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't. You know, it's a little too high.
And he'll
Yeah.
lose too. People forget how much politics.
Donald Trump doesn't know anything.
Oh,
you know, it's
God.
Power, man. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go listen to his any
you
press
should.
conferences.
You should. It's kind of ridiculous. It's even more ridiculous than whatever his stance is. So it just compounds. He's got zero chance.
I feel
Zero.
like if someone speaks, that's the thing in Israel. Everybody sounds like they know what they're talking about, even
Yeah.
though they don't.
Right.
Because it's like this aggression
Yep.
and this deep voice. Nobody has a like in America. We have a lot of that. The throat, the whatever you call it, the
Yeah.
vocal fry. There's fry. There's no fry in Israel. It's out.
Yeah.
It's here.
Yeah.
And you can talk about anything. You could be an idiot, but it sounds like you're smart. Like
Those are the-
anything.
that's
Like this is
scary.
a good drink, and you're like, yes, it is.
But you know
Yes,
what
it
that is, and that's what our politics has gotten to. You ready for this?
Yes.
It's pro wrestling. It is the pro wrestling promo.
Yeah.
It's the whisper
read-
yell. It's the dynamics.
A whisper.
It really,
what is a whisper yell?
Let me tell you something, Lenny Marcus. Baby, Thursday night, when we get to the auditorium, I'm going to show you and the world and everyone there why children, women, everyone weeps when I walk into that room because they know, Daddy, that I am the vengeance to come and move and shake.
Yeah.
8 p.m.
It's a show.
It's
show
It's
business.
a sell,
Wow.
but that's the whisper yell. My hero and my heroes, who influences me as an MC as much as my comic influences
Yeah,
of Pryor and Rickles and Cooper and Joan and all them sons of bitches, is Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes, the way he worked, I'm just basically channeling him there. Like Roddy Piper, these guys, but that's how politics is. That's what Trump does.
Right.
Like
But then you also hear like preachers like
That's
they
a
could
preacher
sell
thing.
you could sell ice to an Eskimo. I mean, like it's amazing. Like the power of a good orator.
Yeah.
And then you have people like Trump, like, how are people like, it's like
Because
a
he
whiny
repeats
child.
it and he sounds like a moron and they're morons.
Yeah, okay,
So,
fair
yeah,
enough.
But you
Wrap that up
you know?
nicely. That was very well done.
Yeah.
You repeat things. But
Yeah,
that's-
You're right.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
But
He's-
that's a
I
wrestling
don't know
thing.
about this video, man. Just want
You
some
look
tape.
great. You look
Just tape.
wonderful.
I'm
You
turning
two
into
look
my
good.
dad. It's slowly happening. Like every day I get up,
Okay.
and I'm like slowly like the things are drooping. My chin, like it's happening. It's happening. I mean, I need more. Maybe I just need to get on the
Just take a
C4
fucking
diet.
belt. Enough with this shit.
I'm just gonna
I
start
haven't had one in months.
needling. Do you have an extra one in your bag?
No, I just
Oh,
grabbed one on the
dude.
way in. 'Cause
I'm sorry. I don't. Nobody. No water. I apologize
It's
for the
fine.
lack of
We'll make
fluids.
We don't need it.
We don't need it, right? We're storing it.
Cause
You're
the-
both sweat.
That's where the vaccine comes from. Remember, I've been listening to Bobby Jr. I don't need no water.
I think you should take the C4.
His siblings have gone out and talked shit. It's like, well,
Yeah.
dog, we ain't down with
Yeah.
what
It's
he's
so
saying.
surreal that Cheryl Hines is married to him.
It's kind of, it ruined Cheryl Hines for me.
Well, I just think that talk about boundaries where it's such a hard position to put her in. She's like, I don't agree with my husband. You know what I mean? Because she's like,
how does that
what
work?
do you do?
How do you marry that guy?
I don't know.
But that happens.
People happen. I don't know. With someone with that different political view. I mean, I have like that would be tough for
There's
me.
no way.
But it used to, like Carvel and Mary Manlin, right?
Yeah. I met
They've been
him.
together forever, I think,
Yeah,
right? They're still
yeah.
together, I believe.
But no one's saying vaccines cause all, right? Like they're just like, I want fiscal conservative. You know what I mean? Like that's a little easier to swallow, right? If someone's
Yeah.
like higher
Sure.
taxes, less welfare, whatever. Like that's different than whatever.
The true conservatives are laying low. You know what I mean?
Right.
They just want it to go away.
They're
Yeah.
donating to him.
Are they though?
He's getting more money from. He's going to be a wild guys. It's not going to be the same election. We are at a point where one day feels like a month.
Yeah.
1 month feels like 10 years. There's no way we're running back the same election.
I don't.
4
I think
years
Trump's
later.
going to win
It's
again.
just not
That's what
gonna
I
happen.
think.
Oh, I do.
It's just
You
not
think
going
Trump's going to win? I think he's
No,
going
no,
to
no.
win.
I don't think he's going to win.
Really?
No.
No, he'll lose by 10 million votes. Unless
You
Well,
heard it
Bobby's
here
gonna be
first,
the same.
unless
everybody.
Bobby goes
We're running it back.
rogue, and then that's
And
the
then he's
monkey
disrupting
wrench.
the whole
Yes.
right.
Yeah, it's going to be the repeat.
And you think Biden's going to run with Kamala again?
I do.
That I don't get either.
Well, you just have to get, they need to get over this hurdle
Yeah.
and then keep him alive.
I don't know. We have Bibi to deal with. Such a shit show.
I know. What is up with that?
Dude, it's fucking, it's the shit.
So corrupt.
It's horrible. It's beyond corrupt. And then you hear him, and he's the most like eloquent.
Yep.
You know, again, Lex Friedman just had him
What
on,
happened?
and his arguments and eloquent, and he's a military. You know, like super intelligent guy.
Yeah.
Super intelligent.
Yep.
I don't know what happened. I really think he went into some sort of fugue state. Like I feel like he's losing it. Like I feel like he doesn't want to go to jail, right? Because
Yeah.
he's on trial for corruption. So he's doing everything he can. He's really in bed with the devil to an extreme already. Like convicted criminals and terrorists, and now this judicial overhaul, and
It's crazy.
we're just protesting. And I don't want to be cynical. I mean, it feels good, but I'm like, is this gonna do anything? I don't know. You got to try. You got to try.
You gotta try.
We're all near death anyway.
So what's your death story?
I have many.
Oh, which is the one you're going with on this one?
Yeah. Is the format? Are you gonna give one a pod?
I don't know.
What are you
I
gonna get to
don't
when
know
you
if
get
I
to
got last.
episode 10?
What's your latest?
Well, I can connect to our EMT story to your EMT. It's a New York story. This was a fun one. I was
There it is.
this was a festive one. I was in clown class. I just graduated from college. I was living
You already
on,
win.
Yeah, I lived on Mott and Bleecker, and I was taking clown class. The kind where you get the red nose, like a Roberto Benigni clown. Do you know what I mean? Not
Wow.
like circus clowns, right? It's like physical theater,
Yeah.
right? Like, And I had a little bike because I'm a small person. I used to be. Now I'm a donut. But back in the day, I was riding my little bike on Lafayette in the fucking bike lane, you know, and I'm
With
going.
the nose?
Yeah, the nose was off. The nose was in my back
That would've been
pocket.
spectacular.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then I heard, and I was going, not fast, but I was going because it was late at night and it was Lafayette. You know, Lafayette's a dead street at night. And I hear, look out! And a New York City Parks Department truck
Yikes.
comes, hits me, and goes.
Hits
Just goes,
you.
hits me, just thwacks me. And I go flying.
Oh,
And I had no
no.
helmet on. 'Cause I'm edgy.
Edgy.
And I land, and I really was flying, and I landed on my arm like that.
Oh, my
And you're in shock, right? Like you're in fucking shock, and I
Right.
can't move. I'm like, what just fucking happened? And I'm on the pavement, and people are rushing over to, and the guy I could hear music blasting. I remember the music from the Parks Department. It was hit and run. They didn't even know they hit me. No idea.
Was
They
it at
just
least a
kept
good
going.
song? It'd be horrible to
I
feel
don't
like you're
know.
Well,
about
who
to
yelled,
die.
look out?
Some pedestrian could see it happening
Oh.
because they could see the physics.
Oh, okay.
You know, I wasn't paying attention. I was
Right.
like, I was in clown mode. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm celebrating life. And then I'm on the ground for a long ass time. I can't move, and this bone was completely boom, right?
Oh, boy.
And I'm waiting forever, and then 3 fire trucks show up. Fire trucks. What? Fire trucks. Like literally 3. And I'm surrounded. There's like some sort of cordoned off fire truck, and then finally an ambulance shows up. The EMT's name was Dolphin. He goes, "Hey, my name's Dolphin." It was just really cute black dude. Yeah, he goes, "Hey, call me Dolphin." I'm like, "Okay." And then,
call me Dolphin.
Yeah.
It's like a dream people have, a clown dream. I had this awful clown dream. You're never gonna believe this. Yeah.
And I couldn't move my arm, and that's when I was freaking out because I think they had to cut my coat. Like I was shaking because at first you don't feel anything when you break a bone, and then it starts kicking in. So I'm in the ambulance, and I'm very emotional, and it's very late, and they take me to Bellevue, which is not the best choice for medical care. And they have all these convicts. They take the convicts to Bellevue. So I'm on a bed, and it's middle of the night, and someone had gotten hit by a subway. So that was first priority. Someone had literally come in post-subway hit.
Look out.
Yeah, so I'm in the hallway because it's Bellevue. I'm in the hallway in a bed with, my arm kind of dangling. I got 2 guys handcuffed to their beds with police officers, right? So I'm surrounded. It's like convict land. Then I have a homeless dude. Was it Wind? I don't remember what it was. But he's there, I guess, for like the heroin drip. He's wearing the backless gown, right? He's naked. And he's running in circles around the triage. And every time he runs, the back gown, I'm seeing his like acne-ridden fecal ass. Yeah. So I don't know what to do. And I'm freaking out. And it's like 1 hour goes by, 2, and it's hours, the ER. And I'm alone, and I don't want to call my dad. I don't want to freak him out. I'm like, I'm not going to call anybody. I'm tough. I was in the Army.
Bad move.
And then my best friend was studying medicine, and she was at NYU. And so she was in the dorms above. So I asked one of the police officers, I said, "Can you call my friend, it's 2 a.m. now, and tell her that Iris is in the ER, and can she come expedite matters," right? So he's far, he's like over there. And he's calling my friend at 2 a.m., and he goes, "Yeah, hello, Eunice wants you down here." And I'm like, no, it's not Eunice. It's Iris. And she hangs up. My friend hangs up. She's like, "What the fuck?" I said, "Please call her again." We went through Eunice, Clarice, Edith. And I'm like, and then I finally scream, I go, "It's Iris!"
He couldn't get the name right.
He could not get the name right. And she kept going, "This is a prank fucking." She came down. She comes down, and within 2 seconds, my file. So we get into the doctor, and he says to me, it's this young dude, and he wants to adjust the bone. He goes, "We got to give you a Valium drip because this is very painful." And I said, "No." I'm like, I'm like, "No, I don't need painkillers." This is what I said to him. "I don't need painkiller. I'll be fine." And I hold on to my friend's hand. And he starts moving the bone. Oh, God. And I squeeze her hand so hard, she's screaming. And she goes, "Get the fuck in." Like, "You're going to fucking kill me." So he knows it, but he can't move the bone. He goes, "You know what?" Because the bone's like that. He goes, "You need to have surgery tonight. Don't do it here. Don't tell anyone I said that." So now I'm dealing with hospital politics.
God. Wow.
Because he's like, it's a horrible...
Right.
He's like, "Don't do it here." So I'm like, "What am I fucking supposed to say?" So now it's like 4 or 5 in the morning.
What do you find?
So I went down to check out. And the woman at the thing, she's like, "Well, you have a room ready, because they were literally scheduling the surgery." And I go, No, I have another doctor. Like my daddy. Like they're like, "My daddy has a doctor he likes," and and she's like, "Did anyone comment?" You're like, apparently there were all these politics happening. I was like, and I'm like, "I just got hit by a truck. Can we not put me through this?" And I ended up I went home. And I went to a hand specialist, this really hot dude. Like, he's like Dr. Resk, and he's like the hand guy. He treats swimmers, you know what I mean? Like, and he put me in a cast for fucking 4 months and didn't operate. And it healed.
Really?
Yeah, it healed.
Wow. You didn't really need
nothing.
An
I didn't do pins or anything.
Wow.
But he kept moving it. Ugh. But it was a long road. At one point he goes, "Your bone is resorbing," which means it's not healing, it's resorbing.
So what's that mean?
It was going back into my bloodstream, I guess. It was just like not happening. It was a long fucking road, and I didn't get ambidextrous. Everyone said, because it was my right hand. Oh, you're going to get, I couldn't wipe 4 months in, I couldn't wipe my ass with my left hand. I was literally like, I didn't know what, I was like, I need a shower.
Did you call in people?
I did. I had staff. That's what friends are for, man. You know what I mean?
Do it sometimes.
You're like, "Come, wipe," and I couldn't shout, and I was still writing, I couldn't even make, it was bad.
People are going to listen to the show.
That's great.
Don't listen while you're eating.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's just slightly scatological, but in a festive way.
It's just slightly.
Well, we got death and
poop. and
What have we got?
But in
What
a
else
good
you got?
way.
You wanna put a little
But we're
piss?
sponsored by like
let's
health
get,
drinks.
Yeah, get C4 up in this other bitch.
Poop and pee all in one can.
The original
There it is.
Skittles.
What is the Skittles?
It's a
That's
Skittles
what I
flavor. It's
said.
the original.
Oh God, original
The
Skittles.
original.
They have the pink Starburst flavor. They got all those
But I
shits.
love that Skittles was the. There's no plain. Skittles was the
It's just
original.
Skittles. Just taste the whole goddamn rainbow.
Oh my
I
God.
I'm
should've
gonna look
done
that up.
commercials.
That cannot be good for you.
That's
Oh.
fine. I'll live. This is for gyms. They sell it at the gym.
You think gym people are healthy?
Let me ask you something.
Some are.
Yeah.
I'm watching Pumping
You've been
Iron right
alive for a long time, right? With
Okay.
anybody goes, it's fine. Does that ever work out well?
now. It does. Because how do you know you're lucky? God damn it! You think you are.
It's fine.
You know how Instagram listens to you, and every time you say something, suddenly you're getting ads. So I talk about my
Oh.
mom's dementia, and now the only thing in my feed is what can cause Alzheimer's and what can cause
Oh, my
dementia. And there are all
God,
these like
man.
young neuroscientists going, fruit drinks cause Alzheimer's. Fruit drinks, like if I have a carrot juice. So I give up. So drink your fucking C4.
Thank you.
Yeah,
my
you
love.
must. I don't think you can eat or drink anything anymore. I think
Don't
you're
even think.
fasting. You know why fastings work? Because it's probably the only thing that
Oh,
you
they-
You
can.
can do that's not bad
That's
for you.
right. That's right.
Even good steaks are dangerous.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
I love a good steak, though, dude. I
like
really do.
Thank you.
I love a
A
good
lady
steak.
who eats.
No, but I really do. I mean, there's
We've
something.
been talking about. We talk about this all the
He
time.
has
Really?
a great bit about steakhouses and they're
Tell me.
fun, and we're gonna
Well-
finally go do one.
Can we go
We're gonna
have
go
steak
steak.
together?
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's
Okay,
do it.
we'll
We
do it
just
because I need a
find
good.
out.
I
When
haven't had a
go,
good
I
steak since I
go.
got here.
We're gonna get apps.
Are we? But not Peter Luger, right?
I've never
Why
done
not?
Peter Luger.
Yeah, should we Luger it?
Oh,
All right, let's Luger it.
so
I'd go
good.
to Luger. I'd go to
You
Keen's.
Smith
I've
and
never been to
Yeah.
Keen's.
What's that? The Chart House? No, there was another one that was good.
Shop House and Char House, both great.
Okay, he knows.
I'll
his
have a
steak.
martini.
Yes.
But we gotta get the hash browns. You go to
We're
steakhouse,
doing
you
course.
gotta get
But
hash
I need
browns.
to get cream spinach and the
Great.
mashed potatoes,
Great.
though.
Fine.
The cream spinach makes me
You
happy.
have a good time.
Yeah.
And if they got creme brulee, we get some creme brulee after.
4 for the table.
Bring the goddamn creme brulee. I don't like these animals who don't want to have no creme brulee. I don't want you in my life.
Sorry, man. I don't think creme
You're
brulee.
out, Tom. You're the godfather.
You're not coming.
But Mike, I can help the family. You're out, Tom. You're out.
Come on, there's got to be a chocolate cake.
I love you guys. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, love.
This is
Prayer
great.
circle.
Oh,
I'm
I'm sweaty
kidding,
and
I'm
clammy.
kidding.
Are you okay with that?
Yes.
I'm a clammy
okay.
son of a
Well,
bitch.
I'm trying to feel the clam. No, you guys are good. I can
Sweaty.
feel the C4.
Goodness.
You're tingling. You're fucking
I'm gonna be
vibrating
dead by
right
tonight.
now.
I can't
Like
wait.
literally, the hairs are standing up on your head. I love you guys. Thank you
Thank you,
so
my
much
dear.
for
Thanks
sharing
for
your
having us on the
near-death,
first
and I feel like this is a life-affirming
Of course it is.
episode.
I don't know what we learned, but I feel better.
Yeah, you
Good.
should.
Well,
Yeah.
it fills your cup,
Yeah.
as we say.
We're the best. Winners win. Okay? Enough of this bullshit about confidence.
No dying, because I'll never hear the end of it. You're on the show, and then the guest died.
Check if it's your mother. That's gonna be.
Ugh,
That's our
yeah.
takeaway for today.
Check if it's your.
Check if it's. God.
Yep.
I love you both. August 3rd, I don't know when I'm putting this up. August 3rd, Chelsea Music Hall. My show called the Near Death Comedy Show. And we're going to have Jordan Carlos, Annabelle
Great,
Gurwitch,
great.
Kenise Mobley, Lucy Poles, and
Wow.
Emily
show.
Flake sharing,
It's
and
nice.
also the Near Death Trio, which I'm still trying to locate.
Yep.
Anything you guys want to plug?
The James Mattern on Instagram and YouTube. JamesMattern.com should be up when this is out. I've been dealing with finally putting this out and really
Wonderful.
grabbing the tiger by the tail, as
There you
Buck
go.
Owen said.
Nice.
Okay. How about you, Lenny?
Lenny Marcus NYC on all socials, which I don't really use anyway. But you can come see me at the Comedy Cellar with James. And
Yeah.
We have fun there,
do that.
baby.
Of course.
And I can just hang out and be like, hi, I know those guys. I'm from Milwaukee. All right. I love you both. This is Iris Bahr, Near Death Comedy Show, signing off.